Look, so let me just start right off the bat because I saw the comments in like other vids I did or stuff like if I did an update on my YouTube where people are saying, "Oh, well, you let the mob bully you and you back down and stuff like that." Let's put that to rest right now. Nobody bullied me. I didn't get bullied at all. I don't believe in mob mentality, dogpiling, Twitter cancel culture, none of that crap. I do not believe in that. However, as I said in a couple of statements or tweets or whatever that people seem to have glossed over, was I talked to some people off the timeline, like in DMs, like on the phone, like they were helping explain why while it's okay to be like a fan of things like Dateline or criminal investigations and things like that, and want to kind of present your own take on situations that happen because of your position in the Smash community, because I am still very much so a part of the Smash community. I love this community. It's not appropriate. Now, one thing I thought was, okay, well, I won't tweet it and put it on anybody's timeline. I thought that would be respectful, and it would just be like a YouTube thing, right? And then some questions and comments started popping up on YouTube, and of course, I responded to as many as I could because I don't ignore people. But the whole intent was, as I said, I'm gonna always remind people of this, was to address the fact that the person whom I interviewed, they attempted to take their life. And I saw so many comments, wondering like, well, what's going on? What led to this? How has it been doing since? So I went out and I reached out to say, hey, don't do this, one. And then it ended up coming like, okay, well, we could put out a statement and give people a bit of a idea what's going on. I do believe fully that, I did have the intentions, like my intentions were what they were, right? They were just to give an update, nothing more. Now, I know some people said I was like softballing him in an interview, like trying to like garner sympathy and stuff like that. I had no idea what he was going to say. I really did. So like I learned a lot of new information just like you guys did. You know what I mean? So that, I don't really understand that point. Like my idea was like, if I structure this and guide it in a way where I feel like it's only talking about this specific thing, this interaction, what took place after the fact, I thought they'd be a little more respectful to all parties involved. But it didn't necessarily come off that way to everybody. And that's one thing that I stand by. The fact is, like, we really lost this we can agree to disagree type thing. Like everybody just wants to just get mad and dogpile. You can come at me all you want, you know what I'm saying? You can say, oh, well, you just did this for views. No, well, I knew it was going to get views, dummy. Like, look who it was. Like, that's not a surprise. Okay, I wasn't worried about the money. That's why I made the post explaining that I was going to donate like half of the whatever revenue it made to a charity, and I took suggestions for those charities too. And I'm still going to do that, by the way, because the video obviously made some money. So I'm still going to handle that for sure. But it was just like, I just hated how people were just trying to twist it, and especially the dummies who said, well, you're just an apologist. You did this with Ally. First of all, Goofy, Ally was already playing locally. This was back in like the last Genesis, and everybody was wondering, well, why? Why is this happening? Myself included. So I went out, did an interview to ask them and find out some damn answers. That's all that was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't anything deeper than that. So, all these people who are just literally lying and saying I was excusing it, even though I said multiple times, and even in the description, I said multiple times, it wasn't a mistake. It was a conscious decision, and it was a bad one. It was a horrible one. I didn't excuse anything. Like, so don't, people who will twist the words and lie about that stuff, I don't understand why personally. When I clearly made it clear. So I do appreciate the amount of like messages and stuff I did receive from people like, hey man, I respect kind of like, what you were trying to do. Like, it didn't necessarily come off the correct way. And I agree it didn't come off the correct way, just again because like my position in the community. And I apologize for that, you know what I'm saying? So if you can't accept the apology, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You can tweet at me and say whatever you want. I don't care. This was a miss on my part. Some helpful folks like helped explain it to me better, and I appreciate that. And just on to the next one. So, if you can accept my apology on that one, or as somebody actually said, maybe I was tone deaf. I'm not really. That actually very much so might be the case, but seeing it from different angles always helps, and there's nothing wrong with like getting educated and kind of getting an idea to kind of grow from that. So yeah, I don't encourage any like harassment of anybody or anything like that. So let's just put that to bed and keep pushing, man. That's the way I'm looking at it. I have a very, I think, reasonable and realistic take, and hopefully other people can appreciate that. And again, I offer my apologies to anyone whom I affected with that. So that's what I got to say on that. Of course, as per usual, this is going to be cut and going on to YouTube. So at this point, if you have any kind of comments, questions, or concerns, you can always leave them down there. Try and get back to as many as I can because I do love reading my comments and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks for at least hearing me out. If you still don't care or like me, that's okay. I'm not losing any sleep, and I hope you're not either.